talk about where he sees himself among the all-time greats of the game. LeBron said, quote, "I feel like I'm the best basketball player that ever played the game. That's just my confidence. That's just what I bring to the table, what I possess. But as far as if the scoring record gets me to another level, I don't know." Shannon, did passing Kareem close the case once and for all about LeBron being the GOAT?
Well, I didn't need that. I always thought it was the GOAT before he had this record, although most of us, I thought back in 2018, the way he was playing, that he was going to break the record. Even if he was 6th or 7th in scoring, I was saying that when he wasn't top 5 in scoring. I was saying that I believe he was the GOAT based on what he's done, how he's played the game, and what he's been able to do once he got to a team that hadn't had a whole lot of success before he got there. LeBron now is number 1 in points, 4th in assists, 9th all-time in steals, 9th in threes. And look, I get what Jordan did. Jordan won 6 titles with the same team, but LeBron has won 3 titles. And Jordan had historically great coaches, historically great coach, especially in Phil Jackson. And so to win 3 titles, 3 different teams, 3 different systems, and he won one with Eric Spoelstra, won one with Ty Lue and Frank Vogel. LeBron has done it longer, at a high level. So even if you want to say, well, Jordan his apex was higher. LeBron hadn't come down. We saw Jordan in Washington. He wasn't looking like that, and he was in year 14 and 15. So for me, I never had a doubt. I didn't need him to break Kareem's record, although I knew that he would. But this is icing on the cake. Okay, this is whipped cream, peanuts, and the cherries on the top of a sundae. Whatever you want, whatever topping you want to address, the core issue is he's the great. All the all-time scoring record did was make it a cherry or whipped cream or whatever dressing you want on top of what you already knew. What your eyes tell you, Skip?
That's a great question. I'm glad you asked me. Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
My eyes tell me that this is a laughable discussion that we're having, and it's shameful, and it's pathetic, and I'm offended by it once again, but I take nothing away from what LeBron just accomplished.
That's all you try to do.
No, I don't. I've been honoring with every word I've spoken what he achieved as a longevity, durability achievement.
But
if we switch gears now to GOAT, it ain't even close, to borrow one of your favorite expressions. And I don't even understand how you can begin to make a case. If we start with the fact that obviously LeBron has now played 338 more games than MJ did, so we can throw out all the all the stats, the career stats, they don't count anymore.
Durability. Yeah. It's not LeBron's fault that Jordan couldn't stay healthy, or he got burned out. How is that LeBron's fault?
He did stay healthy through 98, and then he willingly, voluntarily took 3 years off to support his coach, who got fired or pushed out the back door in Chicago. And he said, if he's out, I'm out. Took 3 years off, came back in Washington as a ceremonial player who also doubled as the general manager of the Washington
But I love
Wizards.
how you say he was ceremonial. But let me ask you a question. Had he won a title, would it have been a ceremonial title?
No, but he wasn't going to win a title.
Why not?
He didn't take care of himself.
So hold on. So you mean to tell me that Michael Jordan went into a situation and they didn't expect him to win a title? Tell me the situation LeBron James has entered, and he wasn't expected to win a title. You expect him to win a title in year 20 right now.
Okay, well, the shock of this season to me, watching what do my eyes tell me, I have never, ever seen a superstar playing at such a high level have so little impact on a one-loss record as LeBron is having on the Lakers' one loss right now, because they're 5 games under 500. It's Jordan-esque in Washington. That's what's happening right now.
Skip, you do realize...
And he's got Anthony Davis and, for what it's worth, Russell Westbrook.
Skip, it takes more. You remember when Jordan was winning those scoring titles and they was losing?
Thank you for bringing that up. So let's frame this with the fact that now LeBron is the all-time point scorer, yet Michael Jordan won 10 scoring titles to LeBron's 1, 10-1.
Skip.
And there is this other end of the floor called defense, and Michael doesn't get nearly the respect he deserves.
He won Defensive Player of the Year.
He won Defensive Player of the Year, but nobody ever talks about it. He was the steals champ of this league 3 times to LeBron's 0. And he made first team all defense 9 times to LeBron's 5 times. First team, that we're talking about first team all defense, 9-5. And LeBron's played much more basketball, obviously. So you step back from this and you say, well, LeBron's a great passer. I always say he's the best passer. He continues to be the best passer in the game. If Michael Jordan had wanted to be LeBron James, he would have been LeBron James. But they didn't ask him to be because he didn't want to be.
So what if LeBron James? But see, this is what you do. Anytime somebody says something about LeBron, you said if Jordan wanted to do that, he could have.
Okay, well, what did he do? And how about 1989? Look at his numbers. 1989, he averaged 8 assists a game, and he wasn't even trying.
Well, how many,
8 a game?
LeBron does that in his sleep.
Ooh. Well, he did
LeBron,
one time he led the league in assists.
No, I ain't say lead the league. Look, Jordan's never led the league in assists.
Okay.
I'm saying he's led.
But 8, if he had said, I'm not a scorer, I'm going to pass the basketball, he can pass it just the way LeBron can.
What if LeBron says, you know what, I want the mentality, I'm going to have the mentality for a year, what Jordan and Kobe had. Do you think he could have done more? Absolutely he could. Okay. But see, here's the problem that I have. This is where I want to push back. You said Jordan won the scoring title 10 times. How many home run titles did Hank Aaron win? And he was all-time home run leader. How many home run titles did Barry Bonds win?
Okay, I don't even care. I'm just talking about 10-1.
Skip,
that's all you need to know. Case closed. Game over.
Skip.
Game over.
So if that's your
If
that's your argument,
you lost.
How many home run titles did Hank Aaron? Because he's the all-time home run leader.
Aaron? I don't care.
See,
I care about 10-1. But you can't compare basketball to baseball.
Skip, yes, you can. But what you're saying is because LeBron didn't win 10 scoring titles, how can he possibly be the all-time leader in scorer? So I'm asking you, if Barry Bonds is the all-time home run leader, how can he be that when he only led the league in home runs maybe once or twice?
All right, so I got 5 MVPs for Jordan to 4 for LeBron.
Okay.
But LeBron's played a lot longer than Jordan, so 5 to 4. And then we start looking at shooting percentages. Michael was an 84% free throw shooter. Not great, but very good.
Goal. What was the field goal percentage?
Wait a second. 84% to 74 for LeBron. So he's 10 percentage points higher at the free throw line. That's game over right there.
No. Okay, field goal percentage, 3-point percentage. You got to keep going. What's the 3-point percentage for Jordan?
Okay, again, they did not feature it in those days.
So, hold on. When did Reggie Miller play? Did Reggie Miller play yesterday?
He was the aberration of the day.
He's the aberration. Yeah. So, in other words, if Jordan could do it, he would have done it.
Yeah,
That's what you do.
I was there the night that at Game 7 at the United Center, Reggie versus Michael, and Michael said, get out of the way, please, because Reggie wasn't in his league.
But here's the thing, though, Skip. Anytime Jordan didn't do something, you said because he didn't want to. You never give the benefit of the doubt to any other player other than Jordan. Jordan couldn't shoot threes because if he could, he would have.
Okay, well, he did against Portland in Game 1.
Skip, you take one game. Okay. LeBron just hit 9 the other night.
Okay, LeBron is a miserable three-point shooter, and you know he is.
And Jordan is worse than Bron.
He came into the game last night ranked 143rd. I gave you the stat the other day. Since LeBron came into the league, if you rank every three-point percentage shooter since he came in, LeBron ranks 482nd in three-point shooting percentage.
And his career percentage
34.5.
And his career percentage is still 2 to 3 percentage points better than Jordan. So if he's a terrible three-point shooter, what the hell was Mike?
Okay. And then we have meltdowns. Shall I start on the meltdowns? Because Michael had 0 meltdowns. There's no you can't find me one playoff series where you say, he just melted down. He just faded away. He lost it.
He never melted down, but did he ever lose a playoff series? See, what you get caught up in is how he lost the series. Did you win or did you lose? That's all the thing on the menu at my restaurant. When you club to Club Shay Shay, you get a dub or you get an L. So which one did he get?
Orlando, 2009. He hits the shot heard around the world to even the series at 1-all, and he goes to Orlando, and they lose 2 games, and then they lose in 6. They get closed out.
He averaged 38 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Okay, go ahead.
Everybody, ESPN said, well, you got to give it up to this kid now. And I said, well, you got to get to Kobe. I want to see him versus Kobe. And then and Kobe's sitting there waiting on him in the finals, and he didn't show.
But Skip, people want to see. Well, I want to see Michael against Magic in his prime. Not when Magic had gotten old, but that didn't happen. But you never said a word. People never said, why can't Michael face Magic in his prime in the 80s? Why didn't it happen? Why couldn't he beat Bird in his prime?
I was all over this series. It's 2010, the end of his first go-around in Cleveland. They're up on Boston because I thought LeBron played his greatest ever game in Game 3 at Boston on a Friday night. I was mesmerized by it. They go up 2-1, and right on schedule, they lose 4, 5, and 6. And Dan Gilbert, his owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers, accused LeBron of quitting. And somebody within his inner sanctum leaked to ESPN that LeBron had to be sedated for 4, 5, and 6 because of a problem with the teammate in the locker room. And I'm like, what?
But let me ask you a question. Can you tell me the team that they put together to beat Jordan. You do realize the Boston Celtics did not draft Kevin Garnett. You do realize they did not draft Ray Allen. But what did they do? They went and got those guys. So tell me the team that was put together.
Was Jordan ever accused of quitting by an owner? Well, seriously.
You said he quit. You said did he not quit in 1993 when he didn't play for a year and a half? What the hell was that?
Well, he got forced out.
Nah, he got forced out.
Well, it was
okay,
a forced
what about the next year?
sabbatical by the
Okay,
commissioner.
what about after the last 98? Did he not quit?
98?
Yes.
Well, he did, but on principle,
No.
yes, he stopped.
No, that's on principle.
He didn't quit. He retired. He retired.
So
he just said, I'm not going to play anymore. You fire him, I'm out. And
So he quit.
Stood by.
So he pouted. He pouted.
He retired. He did not pouted. He retired. And then, dare I bring up Dallas, first go around with the Heat, 2011. I've never seen anything like it before. He goes up 2-1. He goes back to his hotel, according to ESPN, and he's making a list. I'm going to tell him so and tell him so, tell him so. And games 4, 5, and 6, even you have to admit, it was not a pretty sight.
But Skip, I remember when Jordan went up 2-1 on the Pistons. Did anybody say he quit?
No, because
they lost
they
the
had
game.
hell to pay trying to stop it.
Hold on, no, Skip. See, you keep saying they had hell to pay, and they wrote books on how the Jordan rules. At the end of the day, he lost.
Okay.
But you see, what y'all do is y'all found a way to romanticize losing when it comes to Jordan. Like when he dropped 63 against the Celtics, they lost.
That was pretty romantic to me.
Who in the hell get credit for losing?
And Larry Bird, your
Jordan.
favorite player growing up, said, I think I just saw God in sneakers, and his name is Michael Jordan.
But he lost. Nobody else in the history of basketball has been given credit for losing like Michael Jordan because he did it with a flair.
Okay.
He could fly through the air. He had his tongue hanging out, and he had the big baggy short, and he had great-looking shoes. Y'all romanticize losing for this man. I'm not saying that he's not great because he's ill. I'll be foolish to say that. But to sit here and criticize everything, and you've tried to do that at every turn. Oh, he's all-time lead scorer, but he played 300 more games than mine. What the hell they got to do with this?